Hey, it's James from Finney Electrical, and on today's video we're doing a fuse board changeover. So what we have to do is consolidate 2 fuse boards into one and get everything powered back up again. Right then, so this behind me is where the new fuse board's going to go. So as you can see, there's 2 in at the moment, and like a little RCD thing that just didn't test out, it's broken. So I'm going to disconnect all of these and then get a new fuse board up. What we've got is this fuse board down here. That's the fuse board that we're going to install. So that's just going to plonk right in the middle of that section there. So that's going to basically lamp between here and here, and all the old circuits we'll bring into the back of the fuse board and get them all powered up. Right, and here's the fuse board that's going up. So what we're going to do is clip these MCBs into these sections here, and then we're going to add a bus bar. So what this does is just connect from this terminal here to all your MCBs underneath, and then all your circuits, the individual wires will come out of these into your final circuits, like your lights and sockets, that kind of thing. So what you have to do is chop this to length to make sure it goes into that terminal there and the ones you're powering up, and the same again this side. So what we'll do is get that prepped, and then what we'll do is take these gubbins out. So we'll remove them 2 screws, take these out, disconnect them out of those through neutral blocks, and then we can actually mount the shell then, and then start getting the cables into the fuse board. Got the bus bar in both sides, and then I think the wholesaler's forgot to give us one, but we don't need that one anyway. But anyway, you want the bus bar cover to hang over by about 2 mm each side, just so you can't get access to it, you can't touch it either side. So the idea is to cover up any copper that could get you your electric shock basically, and that's nicely in there. For some reason the factory terminations are a bit naff with these boards, but everything's nice and secure, give it all good tighten. So all we do is just disconnect these, loosen off them 2 terminals, and it should just pull out like that. So that'll get fitted afterwards once we've got all the neutrals and earths in. We'll plug that back in and get all the lines pinned in after. So after just prep this board now, so the cables are going to come through the back. So what we'll end up is just knocking these cutouts out, putting some grommet strip in like that, and then just getting a bit of white tape just to stop it falling out when we push the cables through. So this comes with grommet strip with the pack. That's that white stuff there. It's not very good, so we don't use that because it's a bit rubbish really. So we actually use some grommet strip we actually buy. So that's what we use. Right then, so we'll get these knocked out, get the grommet strip in, and then we'll look at disconnecting the circuits and getting them into the back of the fuse board. That's this all sealed off now. Salt cables will come through there, and it will actually pull the grommet strip off. You'll find if you just wrap it round and you try and pull the cable through, it just falls off. It's really annoying. So that's all set up now. So we're just going to get that positioned and hung now. Right then, so we'll start disconnecting these 2 fuse boards, and then we'll fix the new fuse board afterwards.
It sound right, boys.
That's those fuse boards off now. As you can see on the line cables, you've got loads of dashers on. So all these correlate to what we're going to be labelling up things to do based on the new board. So circuit 1 on the new board is like garage, circuit 2, kitchen sockets. So on 1 at cables there'll be a 1, which is that one. So that's obviously the garage. Number 2 will be kitchen sockets, wherever that is, and so on. So because it's a twin and earth, all we have to do is look for that label of number 1, and we know that this earth will go in number 1 on the earth bar, and the neutral will go in number 1 on the neutral bar. So all we're going to do now is get this new bar positioned and get these cables into the back. Alright, so we've got this box fixed now. That's the shell of the fuse board. These cables are coming through the back. So we'll just get these stripped now, wiring the neutrals into the right ones and the earths into the right ones. Right then, that's those cables in now. So all the earth's into the right positions. As you can see, there's a little black bit of tape, so that's for the other side of the ring. Same again, you've got another 2 rings there. So what a ring is, it's where the socket cable goes from here to every socket and back. So that's why there's 2 in there, just so you know what that is. There you go, there's all your neutrals there, and then you've got other side of the ring, yeah. That's those. So now we're just going to get the line cables in. So they're all tallied up, so we know what's doing what, using his little master sheet there. So now we're just going to get the gubbins, all the internals we'll call them, put in, and then we're going to get these line cables popped into the MCBs. So we'll just do that now. Right then, so we've finally got the fuse board, all the line cables wired in. So you've got like a cooker circuit there, your gauge there, a few ring circuits for the sockets with the tape on. So that's just through the end of the ring. Lights. Now this one, the lights and alarm. So of course all sailors kind of screwed us over and missed a B6 out of the box. When we're back here, we'll swap this over for a B6 and just put him onto this basically when we're back. So that's all wired up now. So there's a bit of like fire foam just to bang it back of there, just to seal that off. There's like a hole in the bottom where the mains cables comes through. So we've got to seal that off as well. So now we're just on to doing some tests on the circuits just to make sure everything's working. So you've got like, well, you've got a dead test to do, which is called continuity test. That just tells you that the line and earth readings are good, and it has to land with a certain tolerance. Then you've got to do a test called insulation resistance. That just tells you, cheers Aidan, that just tells you how much the insulation is broken down by, and it tells you if you need a rewire or not. And then there's a test called an RCD test. So there's 2 RCDs in this one. So it's the one with the yellow button on. So you've got one there and one there. So you end up with 6 circuits running through one, and then 6 of these circuits running through the other. And what that does, it just measures the current coming out and the current coming back. And if it goes anywhere else, like a person or like an appliance, anything that escapes from line and neutral, it'll basically just trip out within 0.4 seconds and save your life basically. So they're quite important. So that's why they're in there. And I think that's about it for testing. There's like you've got to make sure that the earth coming in is fine as well. So we'll do that test also. And then it all needs labelling up, and that's this fuse board done. Yeah, I think we've earned a spot of lunch. So we've got a nice beef sandwich, beautiful. What have you got, Hayden? Sausage sandwich from a proper like butcher in middle of Scarborough somewhere. But yeah, so we've got the fuse board up. We've just got to get back and test it now. So we'll get that all tested off, get it all labelled up, and then we'll be done. So we'll see you back in there. Right then, so we finished up all the tests and everything's nicely labelled up. So we've got his RCD sticker on there, we've got his little 240 volt sticker. We've got his next test date, so the date was installed, the date's got to be tested. So obviously it's domestic, but it's not rented, so it's 10 years time. And then it's all labelled up nicely. So a few spares, up lights, alarm, up sockets, down sockets, cooker. And then there's an unknown, we don't know what it's doing, so we've just left that off. If the customer finds like a random light not working, we'll just flick that up and we'll find out what it is. That's it all done. All looking nice, it's all sealed up. It's got a bit of fire sealing in there. That's looking lovely. So this fuse board's gone in okay. So sometimes when you swap over the fuse board, faults can occur. So you might have like water in a light or some dodgy stuff going on in the circuit. If you had DIY Dave at it again. But yeah, we just swapped it straight over and it didn't trip out, so all the circuits were fine. So yeah, that's all sorted now. So it's a lot better than the old system. So the old system just tripped out when there was a fault with kind of a short circuit, it's called, where you get a really high current pass through and it just blows the fuse wire. but this will actually trip out in 0.4 of a second because of the RCD protection, so it's a lot better system, it's a lot safer. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you know next time we upload. As always, have a good one from me, and I'll see you on the next one.